Hi, this is Julia, and today we're going to try a few examples with polynomial long division. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Tutor Me 123, which is my Skype. And if you would like to book lessons, you can find me at takelessons.com/with/Julia. Okay, let's get started. So for our first example, let us try something simple. 2x squared minus 5x minus 1 over x minus 3. So right now it's written as a fraction. This is our numerator and this is our denominator. We set it up much the same way when we do long division. Numerator becomes our dividend, 2x squared minus 5x minus 1. Denominator will be our divisor, x minus 3. So what do we do from here? We want to see how many times this goes into this. So looking at each term, x minus 3. Here we have an x squared. Only thing we can really do here is guess and check. So, what can we multiply x by to make it an x squared? And the answer is itself. Okay, so if we multiply this by x, we would get x squared minus 3x. Close, but maybe there's something more we can do. What if we were to multiply it by 2x? In that case, we would get 2x squared. So we see this is right because it matches up. Now let's see what we get here. 2x squared minus 6x. So that's pretty close here. All we can do now is subtract and see where that gets us. So minus 5 minus negative 6, we end up with a plus x. We bring down the negative 1. And now we see, where can we go from here? Only thing we can really do, since they both have a degree of 1, meaning this is x just to the power of 1. Multiply it by itself, by 1. In which case we get x minus 3, and that gets rid of our x's. And so we are left with negative 1 minus negative 3, and that gives us positive 2. Can put a 0 in there as well. Alright, where do we go from there? We look at our quotient, and we are left with 2x plus 1 over 2 over x minus 3. And this is a positive 2, so that's a plus. So our answer is 2x plus 1 plus 2 over x minus 3. Okay, let's try one that's just a little bit more complicated. In the case where we have, we don't have 2, 1, and 0, in case we have something like x squared plus 2x squared y minus 2xy plus 2xy squared minus 3y squared. This kind of would tie into our lesson with combining like terms. When you see something like this, don't let it put you off. We can really simplify this. So, get out a different color, and let's see where we can go with this. First, same step. We write this into our dividend, and this will be our divisor. Okay, so here we have two different things to think of. The x and the y, separately. Let's see where we can go with this. Keep in mind that when you're multiplying anything by this, we're going to be multiplying both terms. We're going to be removing a lot of different values here. So let's take a look. Let's start by multiplying by x, since we have an x squared here. In that case, that gets us x squared plus xy, and matches up to this. We subtract, just as before. That cancels out this part, so we've already done something. Minus 2xy minus positive xy, that gets us minus 3xy here. And the rest of the terms we really just bring down. we already have something a little bit easier to look at. Okay, what can we multiply by now? Looking at this one, let's just take it in order. What if I were to multiply by 2xy? 2xy times x gives us 2x squared y. Times y gives us 2y squared x. Just like that, when we subtract, we're going to be ridding ourselves of these two. I'm just writing in the zeros for convenience's sake. Alright, we are left with minus 3xy minus 3y squared. Alright, what do you think we can do? If you're thinking of multiplying by minus 3y, you would be right. That gives you minus 3xy. Minus 3y gives you minus 3y squared. And just like that. We're subtracting the same values from each other. Everything zeroes out. And for this, we are left with x plus 2xy minus 3y. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching.